How was the day, King?
Right now, at this point in life, I've learned to become more, I would say, acute with my focus
Hmm.
and more obtuse with my awareness. So I'm aware of everything
Yes.
that's going on around me, but my attention and energy is only focused and channeled in a specific direction, which is myself and the direction that I'm going with my life.
Hmm. So how does one do that? Like, how does one attain that level of so much like broader awareness, and the focus is just narrow?
Study,
Mm.
right? Like you have to put intentional actions on studying. You could only become aware of new things. Even in neuroscience, they say like you could only learn new things when you expose yourself to like new thoughts, new ideas, and that's when you create different neural patterns, right? Like so, that's the technical part of it.
Yes,
But
yes.
if you the simple part of it, if you expose yourself to the same bits and pieces of information, the same environment, the same people, and nothing changes,
Hmm.
then you're not gonna get any different results, right?
Yes,
You can get
yes.
older, but you would still you just be an older version of
The same
the
person.
same person, right?
Yes, yes.
So practically applying yourself to a field of study, and anything, pick something, right?
Hmm.
Pick a book and just sit down and say, okay, I'm going to study this material, right?
Yes.
Not to become a parrot and just quote scripture because you read it and then be pretentious like you understand what it says because you memorize some lines,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And we know people out there that's very good at that. They like
Jeez, a lot.
they read a book on leadership and they memorize a few quotes. Like,
Yes.
oh, a favorite leadership quote of mine is this. It's like interesting. Well, what does that mean, and how do you actually apply it?
Hmm.
Clearly they don't know,
No, they're
right?
not.
What I found is that if you really want to grow and you really want to become more, it takes effort, and the effort that can be translated into just study, right?
Mm.
And it doesn't no matter where you start anywhere. Just pick something and say, I'm going to study this one thing and I'm not going to move on from it until I gain a thorough understanding for myself.
Yes.
And thorough understanding means that you can now go through life and intuit the and receive the information yourself, like receive how it applies, or like look at any situation in life and see that, oh, that's what that means, this is what that means,
Yes.
here's
Yes.
how it applies, and form that understanding for yourself as you live, right?
Yes. Yes.
And that's it. That's to me, that's how you obtain it, right?
Man, that is beautiful. I mean, just being able to study, sit down and study, and
Yes,
most importantly, apply it in your life,
that's
right?
right.
Observing, just like you said, the awareness, right? You observe, like, okay, oh, all right, from what I study, I'm able to apply this in my life, not just, oh, quote it and then think you can apply it in a situation
Yeah.
that doesn't even require, that doesn't even require that situation to be applied in, right?
Yes.
And a lot of that is what a lot of people do, right? They study so that they can be like, oh, let me cram it. Let me try to apply it to this situation to see if it makes sense, right?
Right.
And not actually like studying and then, okay, how do I practice this in my life? Remember, at some point when we were studying, we were like, look, we have to get off from the book and
Yes.
apply it in our own life.
Mm-hmm.
And that make a whole lot of difference. So
Yes.
like, okay, we use 1 year to study, then we use the following year to apply everything.
Yes.
And then the year following that, we use it, the lessons learned. So it's like,
Yes.
okay, how can we lessons learned from applying this? How can we move on from that? Because
Absolutely.
it brings a whole different, awareness and understanding to someone. And I love the way we started this with, as you say, your awareness get bigger and
Yes.
then your focus gets smaller,
Yes.
all from that studying that you did for yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's your DFB uncle. You know the drill. Go ahead and click the subscribe button right now.